I hope you the whole.
No, it's really good.
Yeah.
Jumping in quickly from the future here to let you guys know that I finally set up an Instagram account for the house, which I'll put on the screen. It's townhouse on the avenue. I was so excited. I've been putting some old content on there on the stories. I'm going to be updating much more day to day, so make sure to follow along over there. I will link it below. Good morning and welcome back to another month. It's actually only just struck me this month that I'm going to be quite sad when I'm no longer introing these videos and showing you guys what we were getting up to. So this month feels like it's going to be a really good month where things are going to get finalised and finished off, and I feel like everybody's in much better spirits. The jobs are easier, you can see it starting to come together. It's helping that the sun's shining and that the weather's good. But today we have started, well, Gramps has been starting on the panelling in the bathroom, which it's just so exciting because it definitely brings it together. So we bought the MDF and the boys have actually just gone out to get some more. But as you can see, the sink and the toilet is going to be going in pretty soon. I'm hoping that I can paint this today before they do go in, and just little bits are being neatened off like that. We have got a mirror for this area and I'm going to move the light too. And so hopefully today all of this back section and the corner is going to go up also, which will be a really good job done. I am currently doing the funnest job of sanding the radiator outside, which I will take you to in a second, and I'm going to paint it the same colour as the panelling, so it'll all be grey, and also the doorways, which you should see just behind me here. So they're in strong white, Farrow ball, and then the walls are going to be white. It's sunny today, but it's really deceiving. I started off the day in a t-shirt and I've since put a jumper and a jacket on. Wow, I'm being super blinded. Hopefully you can see me slightly. So this baby needs a little bit of TLC. Well, quite a bit of TLC to be honest. It's not so bad at the top, but it's got quite chipped at the bottom and a little bit rusty. So next job is to sand this down.
Waiting on the day when we don't feel the same. We've come a long way. Don't ever let it change.
So I've just finished sanding all of the ceiling up there, and Laura is now filling in the cracks, and I'm now working on filling the wall in. Some of the patches have got a bit rough where we sanded it, so we're just putting some plaster up on the walls to make it nice and smooth for painting.
No matter where we go, no matter where it ends, as long as I got you, I'm not letting it fade.
Probably about 6 now, maybe 6:30, and I keep forgetting to update you guys past midday. I don't know what it is, it's just I feel like things get hectic and then I don't pick the camera up. But I, as you can see, just have the paintbrush. The panelling started to go in today. Gramps has been working so hard getting all the plumbing in the perfect position. I'm not 100% sure, but he's done an amazing job. And it's starting to go up, so I'm just priming this part here and this bit in white, and this bit over here still needs to be done. Hopefully maybe tomorrow, but I wanted to paint this before the sink and the toilet went in.
Don't go looking for reasons, asking for change. We got good things coming.
If you've ever renovated, please tell me that the most used sentence that is said throughout the time is, where is insert thing that you're missing? Because I've just spent probably about 15 minutes trying to find some masking tape. This isn't the one that I wanted a thick one, but I have no idea where it is. And we seem to say it to each other probably every 5 minutes or so, but yeah, are we just really disorganized? Please tell me we are not the only ones. It's the next day and we are both in the living room, Ol and I today, prepping it, getting it ready to paint, and we're so close. This is the job that I hate. We're absolutely covered in dust and debris absolutely everywhere. Ollie, who looks so dusty, has, as you saw yesterday, he was sanding down the walls that he skimmed, and they are looking so good. They look a little bit crazy on camera. All of the ceiling has been patched, but that needs just one more sand, and I have been sanding down the skirting boards here. So this is like a before and after, and it is kind of coming together now, isn't it?
Getting there.
It is getting there.
Put your faith in me. So keep on going. We got good things coming our way. Waiting on the day when we got nothing to say.
Well, good morning. I'm looking a little bit more dressed up than I usually would for a renovation video. I even have my heels on. I'm changing this jacket, it doesn't go. But I am leaving Ollie here today on his own, which I think is the first day, isn't it?
Yeah, you've had some days here on my own.
Yeah, I've had quite a few doing work here on my own, but Ollie's not actually had a day on his own, so I'm quite excited. I've got a family occasion to go to, and Ollie is staying here. Sad, because we're really hoping to get the bathroom in today, aren't we? And we want to push it on. So yeah, we didn't actually check. Did we check in at all yesterday?
No.
No, I don't think we did. We kind of had one of those days where it's really hard to show the camera. Number one, because we were sanding, and number two, because it looks like absolutely nothing happens. Sad jobs, aren't they?
Can't even see it.
But I'll try and show you. So the living room is looking so much better apart from the crazy ceiling. Not sure how much of this you've seen, but yesterday we really finished off the skirting boards, and they're looking so good. They're really beautifully sanded, and we filled in all of the holes everywhere, so we just got a little bit of touching up to do. I went and did all of the cracks on the top, all of the ceiling bits, so we're very nearly there with this room, and we spent all day. This is still needing a little bit to do, but that's pretty much what we did all day, wasn't it?
Yeah. slow job.
Yeah, it really is a slow job. It's one of the ones that just takes its time. So Ollie is going to be doing, hopefully,
Staircase
today, which is a big job actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it takes a bit of time, kind of similar to the skirting board.
Yeah, it's a job as well that we've spent a lot of time doing in little bits, so there isn't a huge amount to do. As you can see, a lot of it is finished off kind of on the sides and stuff, and obviously you know the spindles are done, but Ollie's done a really good job already this morning getting some more of these bits off, and then you're going to pretty much sand them, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then that will be finished.
Should be it done.
Yeah, and then I think the only other thing that we did yesterday, which I did, was the paneling in the bathroom, and that's what's going to be happening today as well. Sorry, just going through the dust sheet. It feels very weird being dressed up here. So I finished off some of the painting, and here these have now had 2 coats. Still need the top bits and some side bits going in, but the toilet and the sink should go in today. And so I am gonna leave you in the capable hands of Ollie and see if he gets any content for you today. Are you gonna remember?
Yeah. I'll stick it up and then just do some work.
Time lapse it.
Yeah.
So you may be seeing a lot of time lapses now.
I'm good at those.
Okay, and I will see you later.
Gramps has just finished putting the toilet and the sink in, and now we have water. Just finishing putting the paneling in up here, and then we're gonna start finishing off this bit. Finished scraping off all of these, and now we've got the sander and the vacuum cleaner ready to start getting the last bit off.
You feel
first pass done down this side, and it's coming up pretty quickly. I didn't spend too long on that, but now I'll go back and do that side, and then probably go back over it all again with a finer sandpaper, and then it should be ready for painting. Now Laura is doing some more wallpaper stripping, the last little bits up there, and I have finished sanding all the stairs.
Guys, it's another weekend and this one is an exciting one because we have our first guests coming to stay. I'm so excited. I have cleaned the whole of the kitchen. Well, Ollie's just dumped some boxes there. I even got some flowers from, still got the Easter cards from the garden, some roses. And I'm so excited to see their reaction to the new place. It's not quite a finish yet, but I don't think they'll mind. So yeah, I'll show you their reaction when they get here. Well, I think he thought he was getting us some food, but Benny, our family Labrador, is coming to stay this weekend. He obviously doesn't care about the room being finished, but we have just quickly popped a rug in here in his bed. We were sitting by the Rayburn this morning having some toast. And we also have, just as a total coincidence, we have my brother's dog, Luco, coming to stay as well, because they're going to a wedding tonight. And he is totally different to Benson. Benson is 14, in the later years of his life, and he's pretty chill about everything, whereas Luco is just 1 and very excitable and a little bit mad. He howls quite a lot, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we will still get some work done this weekend. So we are just waiting for Luco, and then we're going to take them both for a walk, and the plan is to finish off this hallway. Hopefully, dog permitting. We are going to do this one slightly differently, aren't we? We're going to probably put the polyfill first, and then sand, because in the living room we sanded, polyfilled, sanded. What do you think, Benson? Good idea? Good idea. Yeah, and then hopefully most of the woodwork will be finished by then. It's nearly off, it just needs a little bit more of a run through, and then that also needs a sand, and then we'll be ready for painting, and that will pretty much be it for here. We still need to sand the floors slightly, don't we?
Yeah, that'll be that's the last thing.
And I'm, as always, having the dilemma of what should we do with the stairs? Should we stain them? Should we paint them? What colour should we do them? Same with the walls, white. It's kind of a never-ending battle with me, isn't it? Today's project is to hopefully neaten up this little area here, which looks like just a total disaster. But Ollie is bringing back the kind of unneat sides, then he's going to put some plasterboard in and cover it over, is that right?
Yep.
Yep, making a bit of a mess, and thankfully the doggies are quiet right now. Little pup is in here having a Kong, and Benson's in the back sleeping, and you can tell what I've been doing. This dotty wall over here, wow, excuse this room of mess in here. It is our dumping room. Yeah, I'm literally just polyfilling any hole that I can see.
Good news, we have internet. Our box used to be up around here somewhere, but we wanted to move it down there. So I've just done that. I didn't know if it's going to work, but it is working. We are back online, and now the boxes are going to go down here somewhere. And then I think Laura's going to put a mirror up all over this section.
Is this not the best sight whilst you're up a ladder, scraping down little bits from the wall? Bless him, fast asleep. I wish I was him right now. I've just noticed this little invention that Ollie's made himself. You know, I was telling you the other day that we kept losing things. Well, he's invented himself a little pencil holder.
To stop you stealing it.
Don't leave already. Oh. steady. Don't go too far now. We can do it. We can do it. When we end the sighting games and we don't pull them both ways. We can do it. We can do it. I know we'll find the missing frame. Sideways up or
You have a door up in this area. What I didn't show you is that I have actually sanded it down this morning so that Gramps could get it up. We put a new door handle on and now I need to clean it off and paint it. I'm actually going to paint this one in Binzimmer because this one, it was the one which used to be the kitchen door and this is where the worst nicotine was. So I think I'm going to Binzimmer it first as kind of like a bit of an undercoat. We still need to sort a little, I don't know what you'd call that, but door section at the bottom there. But this one needs a deep clean and then a paint. Poor Ol is out there on the hallway just scraping away all day long. It's not a fun job. I don't envy it, but I am going to be out there with him for the rest of the week. That stuff is absolutely horrible to work with. If you've never used it before, it's a pretty thick consistency and you can't go over it twice. If you do, it just totally messes up. So I try to do it as thin as possible. Obviously it looks a bit of a mess now, but I'm still going to put a wood primer and then the actual paint on it. So bit of a long process, but hopefully we'll have no nicotine coming through. My hair has the craziest flicks in it because I've had it tied up all day. It is 9:30 at night and we are just finishing off our jobs for the day. Ollie is checking the door handles because we actually want to change them on all of our PVC windows downstairs. Long term, you guys know we're going to be changing these over completely when we extend. So we just want something kind of cheap and cheerful, but nicer than they are. Probably white instead of silver. As you can see, we kind of have these really grubby silver ones. None of them close properly or lock properly, so we do need to change them, but we're measuring them and I'm letting Ollie do that because I have no idea. And I have just finished off caulking this one over here, which now looks so flush. Really happy with it. I've painted it in the top coat paint now, but it does need just one more coat tomorrow. Today I have been just finishing off some jobs in here, like these bits over here. We need to change the hinges on the doors over there, but it's all painted now, looking really good. Still got some touch-up painting to do. We changed this little one in here, which makes it look pretty much like a brand new sink, and I would really suggest that because it took next to no time. Wow, my fingers are dreadful. And we're going to change that one over tomorrow when we get a second. We need to put a loo seat on the loo and little things like that. But yeah, put the mirror up as well, which was a very exciting job because it made it just come together. This one, it needs to be fixed on. Just a few little bits to do, but pretty much it's just tinkering in here. Need to get the door handle on. Going for the same door handle as this one here. I think they were less than £10 each, and just, again, little jobs like this to do, and I'll show you in here. Excuse the mess. We had the dog staying the other day and it just got a bit messy in here. We need to change over this one and also these here. You can see here kind of the state of these. We're also changing a little bit of trim here just to neaten them up and be able to reuse them. And tomorrow I am going to show you those roses out there because they are just stunning. I'll show you a peek now, but can't see in them in this light. It is, fingers crossed, the last few days of this project on the downstairs that we have. If you can't tell, I am full of cold. I have come down with a cold at the worst timing, but not complaining, not going to think about it, not going to talk about it, just going to get on. This morning it's about 8:15. We're a little bit later than we had hoped because I'm not feeling well. To get the paint for this room. So we're going to get paint for this room, the hallway, all of the woodwork and the stain for the floors as well. So quite a big job. We are trying to buy all of the last little bits that we need at the moment, all of the iron masonry. We have a few things which we're going to leave until a later date, like the skirting board in this room. As you can see on this side, we're not going to finish that off, I don't think, until a bit later on, and also the chipped window in the front, little bits like that. are going to be left, but pretty much everything else is being bought today or the next few days, and we're finalising it off. Let me show you some bits which I'm not sure I showed you. So it's still looking, I mean, like you wouldn't believe, but Ollie neatened off this area here and it's made such a big difference. Be prepared for some really heavy breathing with my cold over these next few clips. But yeah, he's just basically sorted this one out and neatened it off, and it's a lot more flush to the wall now. We still have a trim to go around here. This wood here is going around the trim, and he's been working again on kind of trying to neaten all of this up. It's a big job for the next 2 days. This one is basically the last thing that we have left to do. And I think I showed you guys, sorry about the mess in here, but this one is up again. I'm not sure whether we're going to get shelves in here by the end of it, but it'll be totally livable. This door's up and I'm going to be painting this one today. It's just got the Benzema primer on it. We've got a few patches which we're just touching up here, and the bathroom is pretty much done. But again, a few tweaking bits in there. And I'm really hoping that we get all of this ticked off. Hi, you hiding?
I'm hiding.
You can't hide from me. Ollie has managed to keep away the cold for now, haven't you? I am trying to stay away so that he doesn't get it, because if we both have it then it might not be a successful few days.
No work's gonna happen.
But anyway, let's get going. Get the paint. It's gonna cost us a fortune, I think.
So much.
We didn't quite know how much the paint was gonna cost, but it's gonna be quite a bit, isn't it? Yeah, the floor stains, like, it's been the worst thing, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's £70 a pot, and we're doing quite a lot for
three
it.
of them, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go.
Days without water along the sun-soaked road.
My little job for today has been to get some doors sorted. So I've sanded, filled and sanded this one, and I'm hoping to paint this one out, because if I'm honest, I'm a bit bored of sanding. So let's get this one painted. And here is my very professional painting setup. Got boxes everywhere with Delirious. I'm on the floor in the master bedroom. First step is to prime, and for these I'm using the really nice Tickerula primer, which we used on the kitchen cabinets and absolutely loved.
We crossed over borders to get where we are, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you.
It's a little bit later now, and as you can tell, I'm getting worse rather than better. I actually think I'm running a bit of a fever. I'm hot and I'm cold, but got quite a bit done today. It's about 6 o'clock now. Did I say that? Sorry if I have. And I painted a lot of the doors. Ollie and his dad. Did you do some time lapses of you and your dad?
I think I got one.
Okay. Have been in the hallway all day, just trying to prep it, and it's looking a bit of a disaster zone, but it's got to get worse before it gets better, and it's definitely getting better, though it may not look it, but it is getting better. And now I'm going to start polyfilling, but I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to last this evening.
Just go as long as you can.
We've got to, look at my hair, we've got to get the polyfill done tonight, though, haven't we? Because we're aiming to sand tomorrow. Ollie's dad is going to be back tomorrow, and we would have liked to have sanded the hallway. Oh my gosh, I really shouldn't talk. Maybe I should hand the camera over to you now.
No.
Okay, on with work. I've got to video this because this is literally the first time I've seen Ollie clean up after himself. It really is. This is something new. Is it because I'm ill?
It's just because that's me.
You can't. It's because I haven't been doing it, and you can no longer stand it. I really dislike making the polyfill. Ever since Ollie said at the beginning, it's just like making a cake. It's nothing like it.
I thought of a great video for you.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to go viral. come tidy with me. Our dining room edition.
I'm not showing them the dining room. I am not showing anybody that dining room right now.
Can you
Okay.
show them just like a tiny bit? Really quickly. People would love to watch you tidy that up.
This is like, you can't even see, thank God. It is pretty bad in there. That's about all you're gonna see. This is the only reason, I think that's the only reason why we've been able to do things so quickly, is because we've let one room just go to pot, basically. Everything gets chucked in there. It might look the same. I still sound the same. In fact, I think I'm deteriorating slightly, but it is dark outside and the walls are looking much better. Oh no, you can see that terrible dining room. They are exceedingly spotty, but it is an improvement. It's definitely an improvement. It's all been neatened, all the wires have been buried away. We have literally broken out in chicken pox. And we are officially delirious. I missaid earlier that we were poly fishing, and we spent a lot of our evening inventing this poly fishing game thing. It's been a bit weird, so I think it's time to go to bed, but it is so exciting because this hallway still looks like a terrible mess, but just know it is loads better than it was.
Without eating, 'cause it ain't enough for two, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all
Do you know which one it is?
Pretty sure it's that one.
Is that your heat gun bomb?
Good luck if it's not.
Check your heat gun.
Yeah, I'm now deglossing this door. As you can see, a few people did ask why we were deglossing it. A number of reasons. Number one is lead paint, just generally not good for you, especially on doors and windows and things that are gonna let off dust particles. Number two, our paint. I bet the majority of people don't have this, but we have so many layers that it's just really unneat and tidy. I don't know if you can see here. This is what it'll come back to, and then we'll sand it and it'll be totally flush instead of super bumpy like that up there. And what was the third reason? I'm sure I had another one.
Nicotine?
That was it, thank you. Yes, nicotine. So we have nicotine on all of ours, which just generally doesn't come off. If you just paint over the top of it, it keeps coming back and back and back. So we're getting rid of it for good, hopefully. Guys, we woke up this morning and it snowed inside the house, even though it's about 23 degrees outside. Genuinely don't know how it did this. Look. Magical dusty stuff everywhere. It is absolutely covered. This is gonna be a fun job for this morning, but here's hoping today is the last day of the jobs that I hate. All of the walls are sanded. This is so super smooth, so smooth it's not even focusing on it. Ta-da! It's looking really good. I know that you probably can't tell through the camera, but the walls are looking amazing. We've just got the woodwork to go and it's pretty much scraped off. We just need to sand it, and there's a few patches which need a little bit of scraping, but I think that we are more than capable of getting that done today. We need to get the wood up on this little cubby hole, the little trim to go around it, and then hopefully, fingers crossed everybody, we will be painting tomorrow. The paint should arrive today, so we've got all fingers, toes and everything crossed that this place at least will be able to get tidied up and dust free. pine slithers into pretty much all of the kitchen flooring. We weren't going to, we picked them up off of eBay, this bunch here, locally for only £16. And there are a few gaps, not this big one that Ollie's just filling, but there are a few little gaps in a few places that we were going to patch up. But we have decided that probably in the kitchen it would be good to have it totally covered, because this is the one place that won't have a rug down and will probably get a lot of stuff dropped on it, like food, crumbs and bits like that, and we'll probably want to completely wipe it up. It's getting kind of late in the evening now. I'm going to sand through all of the cracks. Then I'm going to make sure that there's nothing left in them, and I'm going to glue down the pine slithers just here. Literally just put a bit of glue between these two pieces and then hammer them in so that first thing tomorrow morning we can sand them down. This is where I got to, but it's getting a bit late now, so I've got to stop. At least told me that I have to stop, which is very true. And we will carry on in the morning, but I've still got quite a bit to do and we need to sand in the morning. So hopefully I'll get faster as I go on. It's past making noise and we have got dinner on a very dusty Ray-Ban, because this is the day we're sanding the floors. You would have seen that a second ago, don't know why I said that. But we are changing over these handles and I am so excited. Considering the cost of these, we were just talking about it. It is so worthwhile. We've even got these white replacements for these, so it's just gonna look so much nicer. We have to keep them, oh, that's dinner. But they're gonna look fresh and clean and white. I am genuinely so excited because I feel like all of these small things really make it come together. This is where we have got with the flooring. So as you can see here, I've put in a number of the slithers because they were quite large gaps. But when we came across the boards, they were far too small to put the slithers into. So we decided to get a product to go in them, which is this stuff. Now, I'm not 100% sure that it is made for boards like this. We did read a review online that said that it was. We weren't 100% sure how it was going to stand down, so we were a little bit nervous. As you can see, this line here, I haven't yet sanded, but thankfully, yesterday it did sand down and it looks really good. It's still not finished, but as you can see, this is the before, and then these kind of boards here are the after. And my job today is to fill in the rest of these on this side and then sand the whole of this. The flooring is done. I hope that you can see the difference. It still needs staining, obviously. And where do we even start with all of the cleaning up now? I'm so not in the mood, but we've got to do a little bit of it at least because it is seriously dusty in here.
A significant light, just where it was needed, gleaming black as night.
And that is another month over with. It's quite echoey in here, and as you will be able to tell, we didn't get around to painting, which is okay. Our timeline was May, June. I just really wanted to push it up to May a little bit because I'm impatient. But unfortunately in May, as you may be able to tell from the footage, I came down ill and then Ollie came down ill, and actually I still have it. It was the most terrible flu-y cold. I don't know what it was. We still kept going. We did not give up, but I don't think we were as fast and definitely not as switched on as I could have been. I'm usually the one that's like, right, this next, and we need to order this, and I was just like, huh, what's going on? What am I doing? So anyway, let me flip you around and show you what we did do and what we have left to do, because I'm pretty sure it's only going to be a few weekends now and we'll be able to move furniture in. So starting in the living room, it may not look overly finished, I think mostly because the skirting board is missing from this side of the room and a little chunk here. That unfortunately is not something that we are desperate for at the moment. We're going to paint the room, get the furniture in, and then do that as a later date, because we're definitely going to have to get something custom made. I have had a little look, but I'm struggling to find somewhere to custom make ours perfectly. We're not sure whether we can make it ourselves. I say we, but I mean Gramps and Ollie. I have no idea how you do that. But the rest of the room is getting there. As you can see, the window trims have been put back on. I've also changed over both the locks and the pulls for some brass ones, just to make it a little bit more modern over there. As you guys know, we are keeping those wood for now. All of the walls have had this little skim by Ollie. They've been sanded, they just need to be dusted. And then the ceiling has also been filled. And then the very last thing that we did in here, and actually running through all of the rooms at the front of the house here, was just to slightly re-sand the floors by hand, which was an absolute killer. We did also put in, the floorboards aren't great here, and we did put in some slithers where the bigger gaps were, just in a few places. To be honest, most of our boards like these are really tight together, so we didn't need many, and I quite like seeing the black lines through them. But this one now just needs a really big clean and a paint, which will be coming in the next video. Oh, also just look how good this door surround looks here. This has also had a huge amount of work on it, and it is looking absolutely beautiful. Oh, apart from that bit. And then probably for the hallway, this little one has been the one that's taken the most time. Took Ollie a lot longer than he expected, but it's looking so much more flush to the wall now. If you remember, it was really bumpy, it was kind of curving out from all angles, so he stripped all of that back. He actually did some work on the back of it here, and then covered it all over again. Put some plasterboard at the back there, and then just a little trim. Sanded all of this down, as well as, look at our internet down there, looking pretty terrible. Sanded that bottom bit as well. We just have a little bit of trim to go on the edges here. He also tried to level it out with this little bit of wood. It took a lot of time, but it is looking so much better. Obviously you can't see the full effect until it's painted, but as I say, a little trim is going to go around the edge, and then my plan is to put a mirror in there. I thought it would be really nice because you can literally stand back here and see your whole outfit as you go out the door. And for the rest of the hallway, this was hard work. I never want to see a bit of woodwork again. All of this has been stripped and sanded, literally every single piece in here, and my gosh, it took a lot of work. All of the stairs and the side of the stairs are totally clear now, as well as the door. The door was stripped, but they're looking so good. I know you can still see quite a lot of black marks everywhere, but obviously we are going to be painting over the majority of it. Little bits like this need to be stuck on, and it still needs to have a really good scrub. Don't want to look in that room, it is an absolute disaster zone. But this doorway has also been brought back really nicely. And then all the way up the stairs, again, this is a little bit of a disaster zone. All of the ceilings were done. Ollie's dad came to help, which I think you will have seen in the video, and they are so super smooth. You won't believe it. Look at all of the marks that we had all over the walls though. Absolutely insane that we've been able to reuse these walls. I can't wait to get paint on them. And then down here, again, more woodwork, and you will have seen my little laundry nook in my last video, which is totally finished off, which is so nice because we can get some washing done. Also, I'm getting to the point of cleaning up now, so this just makes that really useful. And then the kitchen. So I feel like the kitchen doesn't look very finished off, even though it's very nearly there. I've got the lights on and they definitely don't need to be on. Let's turn those off. It's just got a really small little bit of finishing touches to go, so let me show you. I've just paused the dishwasher a second so that you can hear me. I sanded down all of these cabinets. That was a really big job this month, and also put on all of the handles. I think it makes such a big difference. This little cupboard just needed fixing, and that can go straight back on. We also have a little bit of a big job in that we need to polish down all of these sides. Ollie has got some pads for it, I believe, and that is something that we are hoping to do this weekend. The windowsill is something that I think we will finish off at a later date. Obviously, as you can see, we need all of our sockets finished off as well. You may be able to notice, if you have a keen eye, that we have had a door installed here. Gramps did that for us. We painted it. It was actually the door that went on this side of the kitchen before. We're not going to have anything there for now. If we feel like we need it, we'll add one in, but we know that we definitely need one over here. The handles have been changed on the windows, which makes such a big difference. I can't wait to get this one off. The wall and that general space out there needs a really good tidy up. Now, the floors in here have taken quite a bit of work. We actually decided to fill these, which you'll be able to see, so that there are absolutely no gaps in the kitchen. That was definitely the last minute decision that I think pulled us back this month, but it's one that I'm really glad that we did. The floor obviously still needs a really good clean, and then we're staining it. But I'm glad that we did. The kitchen is the one room that we're going to probably drop things in, and I wouldn't want it dropping down at cracks. And then you may be able to notice just around the cooker here, it's a little bit untidy around the rim. Again, that's a job that we're not going to finish off until we're moved in and we're living and all the stuff's in cupboards. It's not going to be particularly dusty. I think I'll probably tile it, maybe a nice slate, I'm not quite sure. And then the biggest thing that happened this month, I feel, in the kitchen was this little nook got neatened off and tidied. So this is going to be our breakfast bar area. It is looking a mess at the moment, but as soon as all of that's taken off, it does look really nice. We are going to get some shelving in there, and that is where I imagine putting all of my vases and bits and bobs over in that corner, the stuff that I don't usually reach for. These doors here are currently over there. I sanded them last and the little handles haven't gone back on. And then pretty much it is as it is. So we're there with this one. It just needs a little push forward. Through here, I was about to say, is very much the same, but actually it isn't. I can't quite remember what we did with this area. It has been repainted. Doors have gone onto both the rims, and the bathroom is pretty much finished off. It's looking a little bland at the moment. It definitely needs some oomph put back into it, but it's really calming. It's really bright. It's really fresh. Still need touch-ups on the paint to happen, but really, really love how it's come together. So, did we do it? No, not quite, but we have. I'm smiling from ear to ear because pretty much apart from polishing the granite in the kitchen, that's the dust over with. We are finished with dust, we are finished with scraping paint. Oh, I'm so excited. Pretty much all of the tools are gonna go away and I'm gonna get to clean and paint. And definitely that's the fun bit, it's the easy bit, and that's what will be coming in the last video. So I was really hoping to show you guys that one in this one, but I think I'm gonna have to split it. So in 2 weeks time, you might see the last renovation video, which will just be the rooms empty, not furnished, but hopefully a little bit more finished off. Having said that, do not fear, we have so much to do in this house this year still. We want to do the side little alleyway, the front garden, a little space in the back garden for summer, and then also we're going to start going up to the top floor, hopefully, fingers crossed, start getting in some quotes for boilers and bits like that. So do subscribe to stay along with the journey. Thanks for all of your love, your comments. Honestly, keep us going through the month. So a big thank you to you guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.